Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and you may have noticed today that XRP's price has dropped by about 10%. Ooh, is the sky falling? People panicking. What does this mean? I've got a few thoughts on this that I'd like to share with you, and that's the most important topic I want to cover in today's video. Interestingly, though, I just like this topic. It's fun. Do you know how much Warren Buffett hates Bitcoin? I do. He's had some fun quotes. Well, Tron founder, Justin Sun, founder and CEO, Justin Sun is going to be meeting with Warren Buffett for lunch, and I'm going to cover that for you, just because it's fun. I'll cover that towards the tail end of the video. But before we get going here, if you would please delicately tap that like button, give me a thumbs up. Definitely appreciate it if you would. And if you don't hate every single word that's coming out of my mouth, I would definitely appreciate it if you'd consider subscribing. And if you don't know if you want to do it, it's okay. Just kind of marinate on it, sleep on it, and wake up in the morning saying, do I want to subscribe to Moon Lambo? Do I not? Make your choice from there. It's perfectly fine. Two real quick things I want to mention before I delve into the topic here, and I'll be real quick. Actually, I promise I'll be quick because my last video was like 25 minutes. I realized that after I recorded, I always talk longer than I intend to, so I'm going to try and do much better. If this video is longer than 10 minutes, I have failed, and you'll know that. I don't know that because I haven't finished recording this, but if it's more than 10 minutes, I'm sorry, I failed it. So I'm going to do my best here. Last video, I talked briefly about market cap in a general sense for the crypto asset class, and I just wanted to let you know, because I posed the question, would you be interested in me covering more about why the market cap is covered by Live Coin Watch and Coin Market Cap for XRP is incorrect? Enough people said yes that I'm going to cover it sooner than later. Not in this video, but I wanted to let you know I am going to do that. I listened to you. I find it to be a very interesting topic as well. And second, I posed the question in the last video, my name's stupid, my name's Moon Lambo, it's really dumb, it's a joke, my girlfriend came up with it, I told that story a couple times recently, so I'm not going to retell the story, but it was a joke. My girlfriend, when I was coming up with the name, she said, Moon Lambo, I proposed that, and I ran with it, and so I let her know, I was like, hey, now that the channel's getting more subscribers here, even though it's still a really small channel, I'm thinking about renaming myself. And so I told my girlfriend Michelle that a couple days ago, and I said, if I change my name from Moon Lambo to something more serious, what should that name be? And she paused for a few moments, and then she looked at me and she said, Moon Lambo Investments. That's right. I'm not Moon Lambo anymore. This YouTube channel, if I change it, it'll be for the savvy investor, the intelligent, sophisticated individual, and they will watch Moon Lambo Investments. Just throwing investments right on the end there. So let it not be said that my girlfriend does not have a sense of humor. So if I actually do go the route, and I still don't know what I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm going to name the channel if I actually ditch the name Moon Lambo. It's kind of torn in between here. And actually, judging on the comments, I think most of you want me to keep it. So I'm not sure where I'm at. I may keep it. We'll see. Whatever. But delving into this, okay, so I was looking at Live Coin Watch here. And you can see that the 24-hour high for XRP was 46 cents, and it dropped down to, according to this, 40.85 cents within the last 24 hours. And that was very recent. That was within the last few hours or so. If you look at the chart down here, you can kind of see it. Yeah, X number of hours ago. I don't know. It was pretty darn recent anyway. And I think a lot of people have been jumping into the crypto space, renewed interest in the asset class in general. Presumably, we're out of the bear market. And there are some newer people, and I can tell there's a lot more people searching for crypto. It's definitely helped every YouTuber out there that's involved with crypto. I see a lot of people talking about how they're getting more subscribers, and I have too, and I really appreciate that. Despite my small channel, it's grown tremendously over the last week in particular, so thank you very much. But I want to just be very clear that crypto is still a nascent asset class, and it's still extremely volatile. And typically when things like this happen, there isn't some big catalyst. Yes, there can be a negative news out there that can prompt it, like if a government says that we're banning, like that had happened in the past, like China said they're banning Bitcoin, this or that, a couple times, and it affected price, and then of course, whatever, Bitcoin's still out there, it does what it does, it's decentralized, it's a global thing. But I wanted to illustrate a couple things for you. And first I will pull up this article, it's about Bitcoin, because note this, and this is very important. XRP's price, just like every other cryptocurrencies, it moves in tandem with Bitcoin more or less. And I'm going to expand on that in just a moment, but let me read just a little bit of this piece from Coindesk.com. It starts out, Bitcoin has once again fallen beneath $8,000 amid a sharp sell-off that saw prices drop to as low as $7,778 according to Coindesk data. At 2300 UTC late Monday evening, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap, began to fall sharply, enduring over a $700 loss in value on the back of strong volume. For several days now, Bitcoin has failed to rise above and firmly close out $8,800, leading to a retest of prior supports as it struggled to pick up a bid. This just happens, guys. This is not exactly a big deal, and I want to illustrate something to you here. And this is a tweet that I saw right before I decided I was going to start recording here, and I thought I'd share it with you. It's a visual representation here, and this is by a guy that goes by Awake on Twitter. He is at Mr. Level Up, and he wrote this. Please note, we are about to enter a historical moment. You think it wouldn't drop at the tail? It's done it numerous times. Relax. Smiley face. Look at those wicks on 4 hour and 1 day. Those aren't 30-minute charts below. Okay? So I wanted to pull up this image here. Now, Awake, this guy, he does technical analysis, and he's gotten some stuff right. He's gotten some stuff wrong. That's not why I'm pulling this up. This is a pretty reasonable representation that I had at my fingertips that was just put together today, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. And so you can see here, he's got these somewhat oval-shaped pink things here, and you can see the trend that goes, and he's tracking these little bursts, 1, 2, 3, 4, how we number them here. And you can look at December 2017, he's got March 2017, April 2017, and then May of 2019. And so I bring this up to illustrate the point that there is nothing outside of the norm here in terms of the volatility. You can see that there are highs, and then it sharply declines, and then it goes back up. This is not weird. Now, XRP, I want to bring this up, and I'm not going to rehash everything because I made a video about this recently. If you want to learn more about this, please, when this video is over, go to my videos. Within the last couple weeks or so, I made a video called something like, why is XRP price stuck at 30 cents? Because it had been stuck in the upper 20s, lower 30s for some time at the moment I made that video. It was before the big price spike in mid-May. And I explained, and I'm not the first one to explain that this happened verbal anyway, but XRP's price, yes, it's like every other cryptocurrency in the sense that it does move in tandem with Bitcoin, but it's not as closely correlated in terms of price action. At moments it is. Today it was, for example, you could see the $700 Bitcoin price drop. Yes, XRP's price dropped in tandem, right in line with it, right? But you can look, and I would love for you to see this. Nobody had done a visual illustration of this, but the point is, XRP has very long periods. Historically, you can look over the last 5 years, there's very long periods where XRP price activity is either stagnant and it moves within a narrow band, if you want to call that volatility. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit, but moves within a narrow band, and then it'll have these big bursts outside of it. So yes, it somewhat moves in tandem, but again, it's weird in the sense that compared to other cryptocurrencies, it's weird in the sense that in terms of price action, it's not as closely correlated as others. So if you watch that video I just told you to go watch that I made, I do a visual representation of this. And it's something that anybody could do, but I wanted to show you in a video. So in that video, I pulled up Livecoin Watch, and I just went through 5 years of history, and you can actually see what I'm talking about. So is it time to freak out? Is the sky falling? I don't think so. That is not financial advice because I'm a regular guy. I'm just a XRP enthusiast here, everyday guy like you, perhaps. And I have no financial background whatsoever, so please make your own decisions. I want to be crystal clear about that. I'm not going to pretend to be some financial guru. That is not me. I'm just a YouTube content creator, and I'm an enthusiastic XRP community member, and this is a fun hobby, and I love sharing the things that I know, and I love learning from you guys. That's it, okay? I just want to make sure I've got that out there because I am talking about price in this video. And so go ahead and check that out. I don't see that there's anything horrendously that has happened. It's just, you know, you can even look back to think about how the stock market behaved, amidst the birth of the internet boom in the mid 90s to early 2000s when there was the .com bust. And remember, everybody likes to joke about pets.com, how I think they even had a Super Bowl ad. That project failed. There was a crazy amount of money thrown into the .com companies, got up to a market cap of about $6 trillion, I believe, within the stock market, and then it all crashed. The internet wasn't dead at that point, of course, but the reason I'm bringing this up is it shows you how humans behave when there's new technology out there. People, as a whole, our societies haven't figured out exactly how this is going to flesh out, exactly how it's all going to be utilized, and so we know, because that's a case study in how humans behave when they get excited about potentially making money by investing in a nascent asset class. And that's what happened with the .com bust, and that's what's happening in crypto now. It's not done. There's going to be a lot of volatility before we get to a point where there's a reasonable amount of real-world utility. And at some point, yes, I believe anyway, utility will trump pure speculation, And there's a lot of use cases out there, of course. There's the store of value argument. I get all that, and that's a real thing now, I think. But even so, lots of volatility in the meantime. So that's my 2 cents on that. I'm not going to get any further in depth than that because I promised I'd make a quick video. I'm going to do my best to keep inside that 10 minutes. I hope I haven't passed it yet. I'm not timing this, or I'm at 10 minutes now and I'm failing. All right. Check this out. This is a real quick thing I want to share with you. This is from a tweet from David Schwartz, Ripple CTO. And he tweeted this out just a few hours ago, and I found it interesting enough that I wanted to share with you because people talk about Ripple. They've got their, 55 billion or so XRP locked up in escrow, and the FUDsters out there, they say Ripple's going to just tank the market. It's a pump and dump scheme, and it's a complete scam, and Ripple's just going to, after you invest, they're going to sell their XRP, and it's going to drop the price and this or that. Yeah. Well, of course, that's not in Ripple's interest, and I don't buy that for a second. But check out David's tweet because it kind of has to do with that in a way. He tweeted out, somebody asked, there's this guy named Jack on Twitter. I'm not sure who he is. I hadn't seen him before. But he asked David, does Ripple provide below exchange rate over the counter? OTC means that, by the way, that it's a transaction that's taking place outside of exchanges, so the buying and selling that occurs, nobody sees it. As a result, it doesn't affect market price. So for people that want to make large orders, makes that easier, and it doesn't crash the price or pump it up if you're buying or selling. And so David responded, it's always a negotiation. There are things we want, lockups, liquidation rate agreements, alignment of incentives, and things others want, below market rate, if you put in parentheses there. We wouldn't give someone a below market price for no reason since we can always sell on the market at market price. And that's exactly a point that I'd made in the past. Ripple, they have no incentive to just give it away. But if there's an institutional purchaser or a market maker, whoever it is, that wants to buy large quantities of XRP specifically from Ripple, if they were going to give it away at a rate below market value, well, they're not just going to do it out the kindness of their hearts. It's got to be mutually beneficial. Doesn't that make sense? Yes. And so he wrote that there are reasons that they may agree to do that, which would be you lock up the money, which could mean it could be for a set period of time, so they can't just buy it below market rate and then just dump it, right? Because that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be good. And of course, liquidation rate agreements, as he cited. And in terms of business plans, they want to make sure that who they're dealing with has been vetted, and that's why he wrote alignment of incentives. So, FUDsters are FUDsters. They're always out there, but every time I see a little piece of evidence like this, it's just, come on, David's a straight shooter. He's a genuinely good guy. He's just putting out facts out there as he sees them. And I guess some people you can just tell this till you're blue in the face. You can tell them the facts, and they're just not going to freaking care. But it's the truth. So there you have it. Real brief on this one. This is from Hodor. I mentioned at the tail end of my last video XRPL Labs' new project called Sign, XIGN, and I just found out that it's been renamed to another name that I don't really know how to pronounce. XUMM. Is that Zoom? XM? I'm not really sure. Make it easier to pronounce. I like what you're doing, though. I do like what you're doing. All right, guys. So keep developing, but maybe work on the names here. Consult me first. I've got a great name, Moon Lambo. Come to me first. I know how to pick names. Okay, I'll help you with your next project, Snap. All right. So what happened was, it turns out J.P. Morgan had previously used the name Sign, XIGN, and as a result, there was a conflict there. I guess J.P. Morgan still owns the rights to that. And so XRPL Labs, not wanting to have a potential problem down the road, they just scrapped it, and now they are Zoom or XM. And so I just thought I'd share that with you since I mentioned this topic in the last video. All right, check this out. This is the last thing I'm covering today. God, I'm over 10 minutes. I know it. Sorry, guys. All right. This is from Cointelegraph. The title is Tron's Justin Sun wins eBay charity auction in $4.57 million bid to lunch with Warren Buffett. Check this out. Okay, so the piece starts out like this. Tron founder and CEO Justin Sun has won an eBay charity auction to have lunch with renowned investor and Berkshire Hathaway CEO Warren Buffett. The news was revealed in a press release shared with Cointelegraph on June 3rd. Sun reportedly bid a record-breaking $4,567,888, pocket change, to win the charity, which has been held by Warren Buffett for the past 20 years. Bloomberg reports that the winner, who had previously been unnamed, will be able to bring 7 friends along for lunch with Buffett at a steakhouse in New York. And you guys know how much, if you haven't heard, I'm going to tell you. Do you know how much Warren Buffett hates Bitcoin, and you think it's a complete Ponzi scheme, right? Like, he thinks there's nothing to it because Bitcoin doesn't produce anything, and he's got his reasons, and you can make other coins, and that he thinks that somehow devalues what Bitcoin is, because you can just make other blockchains. It's a bunch of nonsense, but that's what he believes. Oh, by the way, he has those firm opinions. He has also acknowledged that he doesn't really know anything about the technology, so, take his comments with a grain of salt here. And then I pulled this up. Just read this headline from CNBC from about a month ago. It tells it all. I'm not going to read this piece, but check it out. Warren Buffett says Bitcoin is a gambling device with a lot of frauds connected with it. So there you go. That's you can kind of get a feel for exactly what Warren Buffett thinks about Bitcoin. And so in response to this, every time this thing comes up, I like to make this point, all right? Is Bitcoin here to stay? Is cryptocurrency here to stay? Well, I don't know for sure which coins are going to win and lose, but the asset class as a whole, in my mind, I firmly believe is here to stay. You can look at the first use case ever proposed for a cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. Satoshi Nakamoto proposed Bitcoin be used as a cashless peer-to-peer cryptocurrency, a way of exchanging value peer-to-peer, no central authority, completely decentralized ledger technology. Right? It's the blockchain, so it's the original, right? The OG. And so I have opined that even though that was the original use case for any cryptocurrency ever conceived, there are other use cases that can be adopted, in my mind, more quickly and without users actually having to buy, hold, sell cryptocurrency. In particular, here's an obvious one. What Ripple's doing to position XRP as a bridge currency for cross-border payments. There's real utility there, and there's people like us that are buying XRP as speculators because we know that businesses are going to need that to run. So my whole point is that if there's cryptocurrencies out there and they can be used in real-world business applications, business models that would otherwise not be capable of existing, do you not think that humans for the long term are going to genuinely give a real price that has some staying power, even if volatile in the short term? Do you not think that that's going to occur just by the nature of what cryptocurrencies, XRP in particular, in this case, what XRP is? If it can be used, and outside of this technology, the business models can't exist, are humans going to assign a value to it? That's the question. Yes, that's not financial advice. That's my firm opinion on that, though. And so you have a guy like Warren Buffett here calling it rat poison, hasn't researched it, and now he gets to sit down with Justin Sun and have a lovely conversation. If I could just be a fly on the wall in that room, I would love to hear how that conversation goes. I don't suppose Warren Buffett's going to be persuaded, but he is wrong, and he doesn't really know what he's talking about. So I just thought I'd share that with you. It's all good fun anyway there. All right, I'm over the 10 minutes. I don't know how badly. I can't wait to stop recording to look and see how bad I just broke my own timeline there. But regardless, I really do appreciate you listening, especially if you stuck with me through the end. Thank you so much. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea.